The 2020 anime season is finally over, and this year in anime has been, well, very interesting to say the least. With many anime being delayed or cancelled, we are lucky to have at least some good anime come out due to those complications. While this year may not stack up to the great year of anime that last year was, this was still a very solid anime year overall. So this time, I'll be going over the top 10 anime of 2020.
Drop that heat.
Before beginning the list, there are a few things to note. I have not seen every 2020 anime, and might have not seen some that would be contenders. Also, only anime that are at least halfway done so far will count towards this list. So that means no Attack on Titan, since at the time of me writing, there's only been one episode so far. So without further ado, let's begin the list. At number 10 is the cyberpunk anime Akudama Drive. The anime follows some highly skilled criminals called Akudama. They are roped in to do a big, high-risk task together for a high payday. And roped into this mess is an ordinary girl who's now labeled as a criminal. This anime is what you'd get if you combine Tarantino, Suicide Squad, and Blade Runner all into one anime. It is for sure the most stylish and cool anime of the year to me. Although the characters don't get much backstory, they are still very interesting, and the dynamics between all the criminals are highlights of the series to me. The animation also does an amazing job with the scenery and fight scenes. If you're looking for an anime before playing Cyberpunk 2077, then try this one out. At number 9 is the continuation to the romantic comedy hit of last year, Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 2. The premise for anyone who hasn't seen it is the president and vice president of the student council both like each other and are too proud to confess their love. So what follows is each of them planning their schemes to try and force the other one to admit defeat and confess love first. It's a very goofy premise that actually works very well. The main cast of 4 characters are amazing and hilarious. Season 2 managed to add more characters to that already fun cast, and the schemes were more and more over the top. It can get repetitive after a while, but it is still a fun anime. At number 8 is another sleeper hit of the year, Moriarty the Patriot. That name may be familiar to some, and that's because Moriarty is Sherlock Holmes' greatest nemesis. The story follows Professor William James Moriarty, the mathematics professor, and his rise in becoming a crime consultant during the British Empire's rule in the 19th century. The anime does an amazing job portraying what drives Moriarty and making him such a fascinating character. And watching all the schemes play out was truly a sight to behold. If you're looking for a not as dark, short version of Death Note, or are a fan of Sherlock Holmes, then please check this out and don't miss it. At number 7 comes the 3rd season of the History Seinen anime, Golden Kamuy. Many have probably never seen Golden Kamuy, so if you haven't, it is about an ex-soldier and a young Ainu tribe girl who are searching for this great treasure. But in order to find out where it is, they must find these escaped convicts who have the location of the treasure tattooed on their backs. It is a very underrated anime, and Season 3 is the best season of it so far. The animation continued to get better and better each season, and now it looks terrific. The main cast is very likable, but it's the adventure and what they have to go through that keeps me coming back. While it may be goofy at times, the story and journey is some of the best you'll see in anime in the last decade. At number 6 is the continuation of my favorite sports anime, Haikyuu to the Top. Haikyuu follows Shoyo Hinata, a short-sized player who's determined to become the greatest volleyball ace there ever was. And together with a new team of skilled players, their goal to reach nationals is in their grasp. With this new part, we get the continuation of nationals for our favorite team, and each match gets more and more difficult. Even though I believe Haikyuu hasn't reached the intense heights of Season 3 against Shiratorizawa, this new season still gets me hyped up every time Hinata, Kageyama, and the team scores a big play. Haikyuu continues to be not only one of the best sports anime, but one of the best anime in the last decade. Coming in at number 5 was probably the most anticipated non-sequel anime of 2020, Tower of God. The story follows Bomb, who decides to journey up this mysterious tower after his close friend Rachel enters the tower. However, this mysterious tower contains many challenges for Bam and his newfound allies. This is most likely the most controversial anime to be on this list. While many were blown away by the anime, there were many that were underwhelmed by the manhwa's adaptation. I am somewhat in the middle. Tower of God's first season is very reminiscent of the first arc of Hunter x Hunter, and in some aspects it does a better job. The world building and soundtrack are amazing, and Kun is one of the best new characters of 2020. But I do think Bam drags the story down in some parts. But I will not spoil why in case you have not seen it yet. Time will tell if Tower of God will become one of the greats, and this first season brings hope that it can be. At number 4 is the anime that surprised me the most, Deca-Dence. Deca-Dence follows a tanker girl named Natsume, who dreams of becoming a gear warrior following her father's death to the Gadals, a new race of alien life forms. She gets help and training from Kaburagi, a retired gear warrior who currently works in maintenance. What initially looked like another Attack on Titan ripoff, Deca-Dence managed to surprise me. And it wasn't because of the great action and world building which is in this anime, but the many twists that occur. There was one twist in particular that I did not see coming, and it was so impactful to the story that I almost dropped the anime. But I'm so glad I didn't. Do yourself a favor and check out Deca-Dence, and go in with a clear mind like I did. At number 3 is the crime hit of the summer, Great Pretender. Great Pretender comprises a series of cases that con artists take. Our main character is Edamura, and after a failed con attempt on a man named Laurent, he hires Edamura to join him on several con artist cases. This anime was a definition of pure adrenaline fun. Seeing how each case unravels and how the team plans out their every move in their con attempt was truly amazing. Their first con was probably my personal favorite, and their second case was the weakest to me. But I highly recommend checking this anime out nevertheless. Who knows, after checking this anime out, maybe I pursue a career in being a con artist. Just kidding. Coming in at number 2 is my favorite new anime of 2020, Jujutsu Kaisen. The story follows Itadori, an unnaturally talented and fit high school student. When a cursed talisman brings creatures to his school, Itadori gets the help of a sorceress student to stop them. However, due to them proving too strong, Itadori swallows the talisman and becomes the host of Sukuna, the most powerful curse. Jujutsu Kaisen combines very stylized action with a great and interesting power system. Jujutsu Kaisen has gained so much traction for being so good, it is often compared to this year's Demon Slayer. While most of the cast of characters are not quite interesting to me yet, their mentor Gojo was an amazing character that carries every scene he's in. Very reminiscent of Kakashi. This anime also happens to have the best fight scene of 2020. I cannot wait to see more of this promising anime. But finally, we have reached the number 1 spot. Having talked about it last week, it is the second season of ReZero. The second season continues the adventure of the boy who can return by death. Only this time the witch's cults are after him, and the Witch of Greed has an unknown goal in mind. The main problem I had with season 1 was its choppy storytelling since it had so many storylines it had to cover. But what made season 2 so amazing was how focused and intense it was. It followed one linear story and had amazing twists and revelations of all the characters. Most of the same cast returned, and in this season we get a lot of development from our main character Subaru. New characters like Echidna, the Witch of Greed, made big impacts on our protagonist and the story to come, and I loved every second of it. No anime this year was able to top the juggernaut that was ReZero's second season. Well, that ends my list for the best anime of 2020. What was your favorite anime of 2020? Comment below which anime it was and your thoughts on the video. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. It really means a lot. Be sure to be on the lookout for my next video next week. And check out my most recent video, Top 10 Isekai Anime, if you haven't already. I am Tiago from Attack on Tiago, and I hope to see you again soon.